How do you know him?
Umazi kanjani?
Mnganam.
My friend.
From when do you know him? Or how long had you known him?
Make usikhathi esingakanani umazi? Umazi isikhathi esingakanani?
I think since 2002.
Ngicabanga ukuthi since 2002 noma kusukela ngo-2002.
Is there any member of your family who's also known to the, or who was known to the deceased?
Ingaba ukhona yini owakini emndenini owayesaziwa uyena umufi?
Yebo khona.
Yes, there is.
Yes, so who's that?
Ubani lo?
When ngesikhathi mina ngisanda kuzwana naye wayazana nobaba.
When I just gotten to know him, he knew my father.
Yes, what is your father's name?
Ubani igama likababa wakho?
Themba Robert Tiza Twala.
Themba Robert Tiza Twala.
And how did the deceased know your father?
Umufi ekwemazi kanjani ubaba wakho?
Ubaba ngizothiwa i-professional player wayedlala ibhola edlalela one of the big, okay, not one but ama-team amakhulu ala e-South Africa. So after ibhola wayeseba i-scout for some of lauma teams.
My father used to be a professional football player for the big teams in South Africa, and after he retired from football, he became a scout for those teams.
So abadlali nje abancane ababesafisa ukuphumelela babe nokufika ekhaya bezokhuluma naye baconsulta naye abanye bafundela ama teams.
Young aspiring players who would wish to make it successful would come to my home and speak to him, and then he would look for teams for them.
Including naye kusenzo noma sasingakazwani ngaleso sikhathi kodwa wayamanye abantu ababekhuluma naye ubaba.
Including Senzo, although myself and him didn't know each other, had no relationship at the time, but he came to my father and spoke to speak to him.
Yeah, that's close about it.
The name has also been mentioned in these proceedings, Miss Mandisa Mkhize. Do you know her?
Kunegama ke futhi elishiwo ke lana uMandisa Mkhize uyamazi?
Yebo ngimazi kahle impela.
Yes, I know her very well.
Yes, how do you know her?
Umazi kanjani?
Mandisa unganami, one of my close friends.
Mandisa is my friend, one of my close friends.
Kade
iyaphumela ku recording. Okay, makube.
Mandisa ngineminyaka ke ngimazi mhlambe mhlambe 97 or 8 from primary.
I've known Mandisa for years, maybe from 97 or 98 from primary school.
We childhood friend yami.
She's my childhood friend.
Up until namanje, sazwana.
Up until now.
Do you know if there was any relationship between her and the deceased?
Ngabuyazi yini ukuthi bakhona ubudlelane babukhona phakathi kwakhe uMandisa kanye nomufi?
Yebo babe kwi relationship. I think yaqala ngo-2004.
Yes, they were in a relationship. If I'm not telling lies, I think it started in 2004.
Do you know if there are any children born out of this relationship?
Ngabuyazi yini ukuthi bakhona yini abantwana abakhona noma abazalwa ke kuyona leyo relationship leyo?
Yebo ukhona oyedwa usenze unengane no umufi unengane nayo Mandisa uLuthando unana.
Yes, there is one child. The deceased has got a child with Mandisa, Luthando or Nana.
How old is the child?
I think una 15, 16.
I think 15 or 16.
Yeah, I think 15, if not 16, somewhere there.
Somewhere there, 15, if not 16.
Thank you. On the 26th of April, 26th of October 2014, a certain incident occurred which led to you coming to court to testify today, is that correct?
Kunesigameko ke esenzeka ke nge-26 zika October 2014 esiholele ekuthini ube la namuhla ke uzonikeza ubufakazi.
Yebo.
Yes.
Can you tell the court in your own words what happened, starting with the events of the early morning?
Awutshela le nkantolo ke okwenzeka kuqala ke ekseni ngalelo langa lelo.
Sukela ekseni sasise Malberton ngakade ngilale khona mina eMalberton.
In the morning we were in Malberton, that's where I had slept.
And whose house was that?
Ukwabani noma kwakukwabani eMalberton?
Ila kuhlala khona uSenzo noKelly.
Where Senzo and Kelly used to stay.
Who is Kelly?
Ubani Kelly?
uKelly i-girlfriend kaSenzo.
Senzo's girlfriend.
And just briefly, can you just explain why you slept over at Malberton at the house of the deceased and Miss Kelly Kumalo?
Awuthathe nje kafishane kwakuyini ke imbangelo yokuthulala khona lapha eMalberton?
Imbangelo ukuthi sasikade siphume Soweto kwi-show la uKelly ayiperforma khona, then uSenzo wafana ngihambise ekhaya manje ukuthi kwakunetha kakhulu imvula, so wayengakwazi ukuthi angihambise eKatlehong ngoba nje kangangeneki kakunetha kunama potholes wayekhala ngento eziningi, so wase wa-opt ukuthi ngiye kuyena endlini.
We were coming from Soweto where Kelly had been performing, and Senzo was supposed to have taken me home to Katlehong, but it was raining and he was complaining about a lot of things, about how he could not go in there, as well as potholes.
So from lapho ke sase siya wathi asihlale kancane lapha eMalberton uzothi imvula misiyehlile bese yangihambisa, but lalinetha nje kakhulu, so sagcine kuyisibona ke option yokuthi ngilale uzongihambisa ekseni.
He then requested me to be there for a while up until the rain subsided, and then he would then take me home, but it was just raining, and it was then decided that I should just sleep there and he would take me home the next morning.
Thank you. Can you then proceed? What happened then the 26th of October 2014?
26 October.
From okay savuka khona ke endlini kwakuyimina uSenzo abantu abesendlini uZandi noKelly.
We then woke up. The people that were in the house was myself, Zandi, Kelly, and Senzo.
uSenzo akakufanele ayephathini ngafana attend iphathi kaRoy Mahamut khona uRoy Mahamut umdlali webhola wayedlalela iPirates wayumngani kaSenzo.
Senzo was supposed to have attended a party of Roy Mahamuta. Roy Mahamuta was Senzo's teammates. They were together playing for Orlando Pirates, and he was Senzo's friend.
Iparty noma ngasakhumbula ukuthi yayingaku, but leside muza ngathi ngalanga ku Pretoria saningile ukuthi ngiyadideka ngendawo, but kakuzogo khatha kuqala.
I'm just not certain as to where the exact venue of the party was, but as you come towards Pretoria, Sunning Hill, I'm just not certain. But we're first going to go kart.
Just a minute. Yes, you may proceed.
So sasuka endlini siya lapho la kuzoya go kart wakhona.
We then left the house to where the go-karting was going to be.
Emotweni sisuke eMalberton kakuyimina uZandi ngemuva hleqeni kwami bese kuba uKelly front seat no Senzo shayelayo.
In the vehicle, it was myself and Zandi at the back, she was seated next to me, and then Kelly in the front seat and Senzo who was driving.
So we proceeded ukuthi siye khona lapha ephathini but sagcine singafikanga khona.
We then proceeded to the venue of the party, but we ended up not reaching there.
Yes, you may proceed.
So from sisahamba freeway engikukhumbulayo ngiyakhumbula ukuthi nje we deviated or ngena somewhere like a shopping center or a mall where safika sapaka khona sase siyaphuma no Senzo siya ka Wimpy.
I remember as we were driving on the N1 that we then detoured and then drove into some shopping center or a mall, and then myself and Senzo alighted and went to Wimpy.
Yes.
Okay, let me just, before deviate to Senzo received the call. After we received the call, then sase siya ngena shopping center or mall ngisakhumbula kahle.
But just before we drove in or we just detoured, Senzo received a call, and thereafter that's when we then went to the shopping center.
And from Leo colleague I receive iyona ukuthi siba nama change of plans sase sasingabisaya ephathini ka Roy sase siya Soweto la ka performa khona uKelly.
As a result of that call, there was then a change of plan. We then no longer went to the party, but to Soweto, where Kelly was performing.
Because why ngitshela call ukuthi yayithini?
Because he had informed me as to what the call was about.
Yes, where in Soweto did you go to?
Naya kuphi nendawo eSoweto?
Saya Edoronyembe Park.
Dorothy Nyembe Park.
Yeah, it's Edoronyembe Park. I think I can do festival ka Ata Mafukate.
I think there was a Can Do festival of Ata Mafukate.
Yes, you may proceed.
Yeah, safika eDorotnyembe Park ke okay libehla ke bayo prepare ukuyoshintsha kuyodansa lokhu performer bezoperform.
We then arrived to Dorothy Nyembe, Kelly. They then alighted to go and change and prepare so as to go and dance.
Yes. Then what happened after their performance?
Uma seniqedile sebeqedile ukuperforma kwenzekani?
Engikhumbula ukuthi sasime la sasimkhona, I think it was a VIP tent or something. uKelly weza wabuza ukuthi indaba Senzo wayefuna ukuhamba, wabuza kulona ukuthi wenza yini, ufuna indaba uSenzo indaba nje, ngathi mthetho Senzo ufuna ukuhamba la. From lapho sase siyasuka sihlalanga nje isikhathi eside after performing.
I think where we were standing, it was like in a VIP tent, and Kelly just came to inquire as to.
Yes. It's fine. Don't disclose what other people told. What time did you leave?
Nothing hamba sikhathi sini eDorothy Nyembe.
Something after 4:30.
Maybe after 4:30.
Yes. And where did you go to?
Nayapi.
Saya eKatlehong ekhaya.
We went to my home in Katlehong.
Yes. May proceed.
From eKatlehong initially uSenzo wayezongishiya ekhaya.
Initially Senzo was going to leave me at my home in Katlehong.
And then after like a few minutes ngidropile off ekhaya, waphinda ngifonela futhi.
After a few minutes having dropped me at home, he called me again.
and then wase wangibuza ukuthi ngisendlini yini ngathi waswathi shintsha ngathi wasathi angishintshe asambe ngathi naye bosiyaphi waswathi asambe siyolanda itumelo.
As a good please, you may not disclose what the deceased said.
Okay.
What happened after he dropped you off?
Emuva kokuthi esekuthulileke ekhaya kwasekwenzekani?
Yebo ngisho ukuthi wangifonela ngase ngibuyele emotweni because wangitsho khona utumelo sekufika utumelo.
As I said,
siyolanda itumelo.
I went back into the car because they had said we needed to go and fetch tumelo.
Yes, you went back to the car. What happened then further?
And then we drove to, I think it's a straight view lap. It's some off ramp lapha ku N3, a straight view la utumelo I2 khona.
I think we drove to straight view. There's some off ramp on the N3 where Tumelo had said that's where he was.
Yes.
And then samfica lapho ku Tumelo freeway.
That's where we found Tumelo at the freeway.
Can you just put his full details on record? What is his surname?
Ubani sibongo sakhe?
uTumelo Madlala.
Did you know him before the incident?
Umuntu omazi ngaphambilini kwesigameko lesi?
Yebo umuntu ebengimazi.
Yes, I knew him.
Where was he coming from?
Ebuya kuphi?
Ebuya eThekwini.
From Durban.
And what time did you pick him up?
Kwakuyisikhathi sini uma senimthatha nimsenyemlanda?
Ngoba sihlala ngakakusekukhona nje kuyoshaya no 5 ngisho kanjalo.
Because we didn't take long or we didn't stay long, let me just say it was about around about 5.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then from khona lapho kulandela uTumelo sahamba saya eFosloras.
From fetching Tumelo we then went to Fosloras.
Yes.
eFosloras ke saqala kwenye indawo ngizothi tavern store kodwa kudayisa ukudla kudayiswa notshwala.
In Fosloras we first went to this place. I would say that it's a tavern or shop because they are selling food as well as liquor.
Yes, you may proceed.
From lapho ke sathenga khona ama drinks ethu. Sathenga ama drinks ethu sizoya uzoyiwa endlini yakaKelly.
From there we then bought our drinks. We were then going to go to Kelly's home.
Yes.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi sasimile la ngaphandle sikhuluma khona la kakuthengwa khona.
I remember that we were standing outside and just chatting at the exact place where we were buying the drinks.
Ngizosho ukuthi ngangi-skeptical, uncomfortable kancane ngokuthi kuyiwe lapho endlini yakaKelly.
I would say that I was a bit skeptical and uncomfortable that we were going to go to Kelly's house. Having my reasons as to why I am saying so.
But engikukhumbulayo ukuthi uSenzo wagcina ethi ngoba ngangakaze ngibone ingane yakhe. So wathi this would be a right time ukuthi ngibone ingane yakhe.
Senzo then ended up saying because I had never seen his child that this would be the right time for me to see the child.
Just a minute. Why were you uncomfortable to go to Miss Kelly Khumalo's parental house?
Kwakungani ke ukuthi skeptical noma uncomfortable ukuthi uye khona ku Kelly?
Njengoba sengisho ukuthi as much as uSenzo umngani wami but nefiance yakhe uSenzo at the time manje sakakumnganami, so kumina kangabuke kahle ukuthi ngingaya endlini yentombi yakhe yaSenzo ngibe ngihamba noSenzo ngibe ngizwana nentombi yakhe ngibe ngizwana nomfazi wakhe or ifiance yakhe ngisho kanje.
As I've already said that Senzo was my friend. Senzo's fiance as well was my friend. So it would not have been a good picture that it would be portrayed for me now to be in Senzo's presence and go to Senzo's girlfriend's place.
But ke egcineni kwenzeka ngendlela okwenzeka ngayo lento engangi-avoid yagcineni kuyona.
But in the end it happened. The very same thing that I was avoiding ended up happening.
So
Yes, you left. You then left the tavern. What time did you leave the tavern?
Nase nisuka ke tavern kwakuseyisikhatsini ke uma nihambe tavern.
kaku after 5.
After 5.
Yes. And where did you go to?
Naya kuphi?
Saya kaKhumalo
To the Kumalos,
kaMakakheli.
Kelly's mother's.
Yes.
Safika ke khona sapaka ngaphandle sangena ke ngaphakathi sasihamba nge-X6 kaSenzo emotweni kakuyimina uKelly uZandi uDumelo uSenzo soba u5.
We then arrived there. We parked outside. We went into the house. It was then myself, Senzo, Tumelo, Kelly, and Zandi. We were traveling in Senzo's X6.
Yes.
Sangena ngaphakathi endlini ke and we met uMakakheli ngaphakathi endlini no Christian ingane kaKelly no Jubjubu mase kuba kwakhona noTingo ingane kaKelly noSenzo.
We went into the house. We met Kelly's mother was inside the house. Christian is Kelly and Jubjub's child, as well as Tingo, who is Kelly and Senzo's child.
Yes, you may proceed.
From there ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ke bas introduce basho ukuthi umama ubani njebe baze basichazele ukuthi uMakakheli la ngabona khona uMakakheli and base balethela uTingo.
From there, Kelly's mother was then introduced. I then could see that it was Kelly's mother, and then Tingo was brought for me.
And then ngase sasihleli ke kudlala nayo uTingo ke noDumelo kwakudlala nebhola ke ngikhumbulayo game between Chelsea and Manchester at that time.
Myself and Tumelo were then playing with the child Tingo, and what I also do recall was that there was a game that was playing on TV, Chelsea and Manchester.
Ngikhumbula ukuthi Chelsea ngoba kwaba khona idebate yabakhona ngoba kakudlala uDidier Drogba, so uSenzo noTumelo babephikisana ngoDrogba and wakora ngaleyo ngilona ngoba uTumelo wagcine winile ngoba
I remember that it was Chelsea because there was an argument between Senzo and Tumelo about Didier Drogba, and Tumelo being a fan of Didier Drogba, Tumelo ended up winning because Didier Drogba scored on the day.
Now, in which part of the house were you seated?
Nanihlezi kuphi noma kuyiphi ingxenye yendlu?
Sasihlele sitting room.
In the sitting room.
Do you still remember the sitting arrangement, how you were seated in the sitting room?
Usakhumbula ukuthi nanihlezi kanjani sitting room?
Yep, ngiyakhumbula.
Yes, I do.
If you are shown pictures, will you be able to indicate who was seated where?
Uma ungabe ngitshengisa izithombe ungakhomba ukuthi ubani wayehlezi kuphi nendawo?
Yebo, ngakhomba.
Yes, I would be able to.
But please, my lord, we're going to show you photo 57 of Exhibit D. Maybe photo 59 of Exhibit D, 59. There's a pointer, you can use that to indicate where you're seated. Photo 59.
Ungakhomba ke la nanihlezi khona?
La akuhleli uTumelo.
Where the witness is pointed and next to where the pink item is, that's where Tumelo sat.
Mina ngihleli lapha nendawo.
I was seated in the middle.
It's just a minute. Yes.
Yebo.
Ila mina ngihleli khona.
That's where I was seated in the middle.
Senzo ehleli la.
The witness pointing to the witness's right. That's where Senzo sat.
Yes.
And then ngala bakuhleli Mara Kelly.
Witness pointing to the couch on the right hand side of the photo. That's where Kelly's mother sat, where I'm pointing.
Esokuthi part nendawo kakuhleli uZandi.
In the middle, Zandi, it was Zandi.
Yes, just a minute. Yes.
Ukuthi akubonakali ke la kakuhleli khona uKelly kodwa ila kulesithombe lesi sincane ila.
It's just that on the picture that is now the witness pointing to the couch on the left side of the picture, it's not visible. But then pointing on this little photo here, you can see the number. You can inform it. That is where Kelly sat. On the far right, the couch on the left.
Where in relation to where the deceased was seated?
Go up and down. Next to him.
Right inside.
On the right hand side.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then Christian ke wayelokhe ihambe ehlupha nje la lematha up and down idlalela njengengane thina sasiphethe uthingo.
So the Christian was just playing where the mat is. He was just as a child, just as a normal child, moving up and down there, and we were carrying Tingo.
And then sifika sahleli kanjalo.
Upon arrival, that's how we sat.
Emva kwesikhathi kwase kufika umuntu wesilisa at a later stage ngase ngithola ukuthi ubani, so ekutholeni kwami ke ngezwe kuthiwa ulong wethwala.
After some time, a gentleman or a male person arrived, and then after a while, I was then told as to who that person was, and I was informed that it was Longwe Twala,
which is Zandi's boyfriend at that time.
Owayezwana-ke noZandi ngaleso sikhathi noma ethandana noZandi ngaleso sikhathi.
Are you able to say more or less what time Mr. Longethwala arrived?
Ungasho ukuthi wafika sikhathi sini?
Afika yena sekuphele ngisho ibhola. Mhlawumbe mangase ngithiwa ngiyazama ngathi after 7.
It was
7 and 8 after 7.
the game had ended already when he arrived. If I were to just take a guess, I would say after 7.
Yena ke wahlala eduze kwaZandi.
The witness pointing to the couch on the right hand side of the photo, he sat next to Zandi.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't cook more.
There was
Yes.
no other one.
Yes,
No
we
one
can
else.
proceed then.
Singaqhubeka.
Ekufikeni ke kwethu ke basi yakho ukuthi sadla ukudla emva kokudla sasibuka ibhola yakho ukuthi mina ifoni yami yayisi off at the
Okay.
time.
After we had arrived, I remember that we ate food and we were watching football, and I remember that my phone was already off.
Yeah, yaba off, so ngase ngathi ngiyayifaka charging eduze kwe TV lapha le plasma.
I then put it in a charger which is just close to the plasma, the witness pointing to the TV.
Emva kwesikhathi nje ngifakile kancane engikukhumbulayo ukuthi ukhelwa ikhiphi phone yami wase wafake yakhe wase wayishiya khona lapho.
After some time having plugged my phone in there, I remember that Kelly took it out and plugged her phone.
Can you just indicate more or less where you were charging your phone?
La
The witness is pointing just where the TV is, on the TV stand. Here.
Would this be a convenient time to take the short adjournment, my lord?
What time now?
I think it should be just after 11. I'm told it's 19 after 11
So when do we come back?
at 1:30.
1:30.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.